In this video, we're going to be ranking every non-Treyarch Zombies map from worst to best, as there has just been a ton of talk in the community about Advanced Warfare 2, which could mean more exo zombies in the near future. Not to mention, some people are disappointed that there is no zombies inside of Modern Warfare 2, which we could have had zombies all the way back in Modern Warfare 2019 as leaked images eventually surfaced of a mode in the works. Why we haven't seen any other studios make Call of Duty Zombies is beyond me, because it really seems like after Black Ops 4, Activision just doesn't want to take risk with any other studio making zombies. And before we dive into the list itself, I should just say that I am very biased towards Easter eggs and difficulty. I do love that stuff a lot. That's why I love Infinite Warfare, Black Ops 4, and Black Ops 3. I just love those more challenging Easter eggs, so those are likely to be more at the front of the list. And I also want to add that just because a map is at the bottom of my list doesn't make it bad or anything. It's just compared to the ones at the front, it's just not as fun for me. And one more thing, we are only going to be talking about zombies maps here, so Extinction will not be making the cut, and neither will Vanguard Zombies, since that also was made by Treyarch. So without further ado, let's get into the ranking. Coming in last place at number 16 is The Tortured Path. Now, in my opinion, this is one of the worst zombies experiences ever made, as it wasn't even really one cohesive map. It was 3 separate maps that were all linked together in this weird kind of semi-challenge based experience. And the Easter egg was clunky. The maps all kind of had this little element of potential inside of them, but for the most part, it all felt like it was dumbed down. Now, I know there were some issues with the development team, like they were really small at this point in time, so they had to put together what they could, and I do understand that, but it still doesn't take away from the fact that it is a weird zombies experience. The only positive element of this map is the fact that you get to use the Sword of Barbarossa, and you get to have colored Pack-a-Punch camos, which we had been waiting for a long time. I guess it's not terrible that we got to use other wonder weapons on this particular map, but overall, I just never feel myself wanting to come back to this experience. Coming in at number 15 is Infection or Burger Town. This map has a weird place in my heart. So I started playing Exo Zombies before I was involved with the zombies community, so I had no idea if people loved or hated this map. I didn't really love it at the time, especially when you would have to save that survivor and get him to exfil from the map. That whole challenge took me out of the experience to the point where I never wanted to go to that map because I could just play Outbreak or any of the other Exo Zombies experiences and have a much more traditional zombies experience. Well, the one thing I did like about this map was when you would finally get to the side where Burger Town was and that giant tanker zombie would chase you around the map. That was actually pretty intimidating, but I don't really have any memories or any joy when it comes to this map. It was just a standard run-of-the-mill experience that kind of pushed me away for the most part. Oh, and the Easter egg is just stupid. I don't even know what it is. It's just like making some hamburger in a frying pan. No thanks. The next map we have here is Beast from Beyond from Infinite Warfare Zombies. Now, this was a weird one to place near the top of the list in the bad section, quote unquote, because I actually love Infinite Warfare Zombies a lot, but this map really did fall flat. I thought the fact that they put all of the enemies inside of this map really took away from the enjoyment and the fun factor when it came to gameplay, as there was no strategy that you could really implement that would work against the cryptids and the clowns and the regular zombies and the ninjas. It was just a hodgepodge. It was really a big mess, and I did not really like that. The Easter egg, it's pretty simple. It's not terrible, but it's not super fun. The boss fight is pretty good, though. The map itself is just very plain and boring, although when you get to experience the movie theater, that's probably the best part. Unlocking the Venom X with that Morse code step was also a really big hassle. I just know that this map was not really meant to be a main map inside of the series. It was more so to tie Director's Cut all together and get you to replay all those maps with all the perks and the points and to get to the Mephistopheles boss fight. That was the main point of the DLC, and the Beast from Beyond map was more or less filler content to get us where we needed to go. Coming in at number 13, we have Carrier from Exo Zombies. I don't hate this map really, but I don't love it. It's kind of a neutral position for me. I don't think that there are many features inside of it that I found to be worthwhile. The AI soldiers were really stupid, and the layout of the map was kind of clunky. I just like to train inside of that big warehouse room, and overall, I just never felt connected to the map other than the fact that it had 2 spawn locations, which reminded me of Verrucht from all the way back in the day, and who can of course forget the iconic grenade wall. But the Easter egg and all of the little things inside of the map just really never hit home for me. That's kind of how Exo Zombies is as a whole, just really never hit home. But other than that, it's just kind of a not very memorable map. Coming in at number 12, we have Outbreak, which is the first zombies map from Exo Zombies, and this map I actually had a decent amount of fun in. SHAOLIN, it's just very one-dimensional. It's just a very simple map, like a Nocturne Toten for exo zombies with your exosuit. I loved training around the bus in the center of the parking lot that you kind of land your helicopter in, or you crash landed or whatever. The Easter egg is actually not terrible. You get to use the cauterizer, you get to experience the weird pack-a-punch, you get to finally experience all those new perks. There's a lot to like about this particular map, but it just, again, just like everything else in Exo Zombies, it just doesn't really stand out. Therefore, it doesn't make it much higher than this. And up next, we have The Descent, which was the final chapter inside of the Exo Zombie saga. Now, I don't hate this map either. I think that Outbreak and The Descent are by far the best maps inside of the Exo Zombies package. It really felt like they've hit their stride here with the Easter egg, the wonder weapons, the map design, the vibrancy of the colors, and just the way that they put it all together. I really felt like Exo Zombies hit its stride at this point, and the cutscenes were beautiful. We had our very first boss fight, if you want to be technical about it. It was just an amazing experience from a Exo Zombie standpoint, and that game was weird. It was a bit clunky, you know? So the fact that they pulled off something to this magnitude really showed that at this point in time, Sledgehammer could put out great content if they were allowed to design things the way that they want to design them. Once they are given a strict regimen, they are never able to follow it, and their game tends to fall apart. But with Exo Zombies and Advanced Warfare, they were really able to execute their vision quite nicely, especially by the end of the season. Now we have finally broken into the top 10, and coming in at number 10, we have the Frozen Dawn. This is a very strange map as well. I don't think it was nearly as bad as some of the other experiences that we have listed before it. The Easter egg was a little strange. I love those 4 wonder weapons. I thought they were very unique, but I never felt like this map had any pull. It didn't feel like it had a lot of life to it. It felt like it was kind of thrown together at the end of the season because the devs were wrapping up their game. They were moving on to the next project. A lot of people had left. Sledgehammer was scrounging for resources, and you could kind of feel it. It almost felt like they just had to complete something for the sake of completing it. That being said, there were a lot of good elements to this map. Like I said, the wonder weapons, the boss fight was pretty unique, but people figured out easily how to cheese it with the flamethrower, and there are some other glitches now with the wonder weapons, and I just kind of don't really enjoy playing that map. When I think of World War II zombies, the Frozen Dawn is never what pops into my mind, and I bet it doesn't for you either. Coming in at number 9, we have The Darkest Shore. Now, back in 2017 or 2018, whenever this map came out, I really liked it a lot. I actually had a lot of fun with it. I did a lot of grinding on it, and honestly, I think it holds up to this day. I think it's a pretty fun experience. The Easter egg is great. The wonder weapon is fun. I think it can even be a one-hit kill if you don't upgrade it for, I don't know, infinite amount of rounds as far as I remember. The Moishler is a fun boss zombie on the map. The atmosphere, it's super spooky, and there's a lot of blood and guts all over the map. There's like this weird fire floor that you have to defend yourself on. And then the ending boss fight itself, it's actually pretty unique. I don't know why Sledgehammer decided to do this, but instead of creating your typical boss fight, they created a defense mode, for lack of a better term, where you would go from area to area fighting these Moishlers in a different setting, and these Moishlers were all beefed up on the Geistcraft that was like taking over the planet. So a very interesting take on a map. Not my favorite, but I really did enjoy playing it when it came out, and I still enjoy it to this day. The next map we have coming in is RAVE in the Redwoods, and I really do have a love-hate relationship with this map. The wonder weapons are pretty strange. Only 2 of them are good. The other 2, the acid rain and the other one that sets tripwires, those wonder weapons are just trash. I don't really know why they're in the game, but the map itself, it's very unique. It's very fun to just run around in circles and train, or hop on over to the island and do some training over there where Pack-a-Punch is. The boss fight is also so great. It's such a fun and unique experience. Not to mention the Easter egg getting there. It's simple, it's clean, it's not too complex, so it's really great for beginners and casuals if you are into that sort of thing. I do prefer them a little more complex, but the fact that you have a pretty difficult boss fight and a pretty challenging wonder weapon to acquire, it's not really the end of the world. So I do have to put this kind of in the middle of the list, because while I do have a good time, it's still not as good as some of the other ones we have coming up. Coming in at number 7, it's going to be a little bit of a twist, guys, compared to what I was saying at the beginning of the video with what I'm biased towards, but I'm going to put GROESTON House at number 7. Now, hear me out. I know this map doesn't have like a crazy Easter egg or anything, and it's a very simple, confined space, and when you compare it to some of the earlier maps, you're like, wow, this guy's out of his mind, and I get it. I hear you. But here's the thing. This map was a reward given to you by completing the prologue, or maybe it was completing the Final Reich's Easter egg. I can't quite remember, but it was kind of a reward map, and they had a very cool Easter egg to get the mystery box open with that secret room, and then you could get all the the weapons inside of it pack-a-punched. And if you were good enough at training inside of the map, you could get to a high round. And when you got to a high round, I think it was round 50, you could fight the Brenner. And when you killed the Brenner, you would get a secret calling card. So there was a lot of cool rewards associated with this map. And it was just a tiny little house. That was it. And the fact that we had all this cool shit associated with it really made me want more rewards inside the zombies. And this is a great example of that. So it gets to move high up the list just for how fun it is, how simple it is, how many cool little Easter eggs there are, and how many rewards are associated with it. So I hope you understand and don't hate me in the comment section. Number 6, the final Reich. This map is golden. I love this map. It has such an amazing quest that really makes you feel like you're on an Easter egg hunt with your little notebook. And if you really need a tougher challenge, you can go for the hardcore quest. It has 4 wonder weapons, including the main Tesla gun. So I guess you could say that it's 5, but not going to get into semantics here. It has awesome bosses. It has an awesome boss fight. It's just a great map all around, a banging introduction into the World War II zombie series. Not as good as another World War II map we have coming up, but it is a great map. And number 5, we have Zombies in Spaceland. Now, I think Zombies in Spaceland is an amazing experience. The Easter egg is a little simple, in my opinion. I would like it to be a little tougher. The boss fight is just about as perfect as you can get, with a little extra step to blow up the UFO at the center of Pack-a-Punch. It just has a great atmosphere. There's so much to do inside of the map, but the fact that there's so much to do makes it a little complicated to remember how to do all those things when you haven't played the map in a long time. And I do think that is important. So it's not going to make it to the tippy top of the list, but it has to be the front section because it is just that freaking good. Coming in at number 4, we have the Shadowed Throne. This is by far the best World War II zombies map. It has the best Easter egg, the best boss fight, the best puzzles, the best wonder weapon. It has the best atmosphere. It has the best dialogue and story and cutscene. It's just a beautiful map. And you know why it is? It's because they actually had a lot of people helping from Sledgehammer work on this particular map. At the time, I remember an interview with Cameron Dayton where he was talking about how a lot of the multiplayer team had extra time because they finished their work early and actually moved over to zombies and helped them flush out this map with tons of Easter eggs, ambiance, just a really great setting and dialogue. That's why we have the Hangman Easter egg with the movie theater and all sorts of cool stuff inside of that map. That's because there was actually a lot of developers helping out, making it the great map that it is. Coming in at number 3, we have SHAOLIN Shuffle on Infinite Warfare Zombies. This, in my opinion, is a brilliant map. It has brilliant wonder weapons, brilliant quests. The ambiance and the setting of this map is just absolutely to die for. You're stuck in the 70s with a Rat King. It's kind of like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles meets zombies meets all these amazing puzzles. There is so much to do and so much to see. It's just such a great experience, and it really makes you work for it. You actually have to try a couple times to beat this map, to beat this Easter egg. It has a ton of the great perks on the map. There's a lot of fun steps. It's almost like the most Treyarch map that we've ever had, but the fact that it kind of mimics some of those steps from Treyarch and didn't really come into its own like some of the other maps in IW, it kind of holds it back from being the best IW Zombies map that we have ever experienced. So without further ado, coming in at number 2, the best Zombies map from Infinite Warfare is Attack of the Radioactive Thing. This map, it's so good. I did not appreciate it back in the day when I was first playing Infinite Warfare Zombies, but the boss fight, the Easter egg, the chemistry step, the whole atmosphere of the map, the 1950s music, it's just a perfect package, and it's all original. It didn't feel like Infinity Ward was trying to be another studio. It felt like they were trying to be themselves, and they really hit their stride at this point. And then obviously we had Beast from Beyond and Director's Cut, and that's when things got really awesome inside of the DLC season for Infinite Warfare Zombies. But they really hit it out of the park with this map, from the boss fight to the egg to that chemistry step to the Ghost and Skulls Easter egg, which is one I still have not beat till this day. I have beaten every other Ghost and Skulls Easter egg except for the one on the Attack of the Radioactive Thing, which is why it's just such a great map, because it really makes you work for it. It really pushes the boundaries of what IW thought they could make a great map, and they really did succeed in my opinion. And finally, coming in at our number 1 position,
the best zombies map of all time. Keynote or Tote and Black Ops 1.
Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed that little troll at the end. I really just wanted to put that in there because I can't help but think of these ranking lists or these tier lists without this video. It's obviously a goofy-ass video. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know what your list would be of the best non-Treyarch zombies maps in history. What studios would you like to see make zombies again that isn't Treyarch? Would you like to see Sledgehammer do it? Would you like to see Raven do it? Would you like to see Infinity Ward do it? There are so many studios that we have at our disposal to make another zombies mode, and it's not that I don't think Treyarch makes the best zombies, but it's not fair to push Treyarch to these limits of having to make zombies and make other parts of games for other studios when they are not getting the same support back. So I really would like to see Treyarch just do their own thing and let these other studios make another side mode, another co-op mode, something that's unique and different, because quite frankly, I had a great time with World War II zombies. I had a great time with Infinite Warfare zombies. So why aren't these studios getting another chance? All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching. I will see you all in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you already haven't, and I will talk to you all later. Peace out, everybody.